Hello, my dear students. Today we are going to study a wonderful short story after 20 years, written by O. Henry. We know very well, friends are an essential part of our lives. True friends stand by us through thick and thin. We have studied so many stories related to friendship. Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn from Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain, Calvin Hobbes by Bill Watterson, Swami and his friends from Swami and Friends by R.K. Narayan, Harry, Ron, Hermione from the Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling. These are all the famous short stories, novels, films. All these works prizes the friendship, and here after 20 years this short story is written by William Sidney Potter. His pen name O. Henry. He was born on 11th September in the year 1862. He died on 5th June in the year 1910. He was an American short story writer. His short stories are known for their surprise endings. He originally started working at his father's drugstore and became a licensed pharmacist by age 19. Potter would draw his patience and be admired for his skill. O. Henry, that is his pen name, moved to Texas in March 1882. He took up residence on a ranch and learned how to do many things. During that time, he had many jobs as well. But in the year 1894, his employer accused him of embezzled funds, and O. Henry lost his job. O. Henry then moved to Houston in the year 1895 and started writing for the Post. His prolific writing period began in the year 1902 in New York City. Sadly, O. Henry drank heavily, and by 1908 his health was very bad and he died 2 years later of diabetes and heart and liver problems. My dear students, let me give you the outline of this short story. That is the plot summary. A policeman walks down the street, then meets a man standing in the doorway of a hardware store. The man standing in the doorway says that he is waiting for a man by the name of Jimmy Wells, and tells the policeman that when the restaurant Big Joe Brady's was still around, he made a promise to his friend Jimmy to meet him there in 20 years, no matter what the condition may be. The men finish their conversation and the policeman walks away. Another man walks up to the man in the doorway and asks if he was Bob. They find out that they are Bob and Jimmy Wells and that they were those friends. They start to walk down the street and soon they approach a drugstore where Bob says, "You are not Jimmy Wells," to the other man. The other man says that the real Jimmy has had silky Bob under arrest for 10 minutes and hands Bob a note. The note reads that the real Jimmy saw Bob's face, realized that he was wanted as an outlaw, and got someone else to bring him in. This is the plot summary. Let's study the detailed summary, the lesson of this short story. The policeman on the beat twirled his club as he walked along the street with his stalwart from the slight Vega. He often stopped to check if the doors were properly locked, as he kept the watchful eye on the peaceful road. There were few people on the road, though it was barely 10 o'clock at night. The area was one that kept early hours, though now and then you might see the lights of store. Most of the doors were closed. Midway of block, policeman suddenly slowed down. He saw a man leaning against the doorway of darkened hardware store. As the policeman walked up to him, the man spoke up quickly. That is the first sentence. It's all right, officer. That man is standing against the doorway of the hardware store. Now the policeman approaching him. That man, the man who is waiting, he says, "It's all right, sir. I'm here to meet an old friend. It is an appointed made. It is an appointment made 20 years ago. It sounds funny to you. Well, I will explain all that, but if you would like to ensure that it is nothing unlawful. About that long there used to be a restaurant by the name Big Zo Brady's Restaurant. Before that, that hardware store, that is Big Zo Brady's Restaurant. Immediately the policeman says, it was torn down 5 years ago. The man shifted and dim light from the neighboring store showed pale, square-jawed face with keen eyes and little white scare near his right eyebrow. His scar pin was an oddly set large diamond. This is the description of this man who is waiting there. That man is explaining about his story. 20 years ago, I dined here at Big Zo Brady's Restaurant with Jimmy Wells, my best friend and the finest chap in the world. He and I were raised here in New York just like two brothers together. I was 18 and Jimmy was 20 before 20 years. This is the thing. The next morning I was started for the west side. The west here, the western part of the United States of America, for the west to make my fortune. Jimmy stayed here as he thought that New York is the best place on the earth. That day we agreed that we would meet here at the same place, date and time exactly 20 years from now, irrespective of our conditions. In 20 years, both of us got to have our destiny worked out and fortune made. Now this policeman is listening everything. It sounds pretty interesting, but 20 years is a long time between mates. Haven't you heard from your friends since you left? The policeman asking this question. Now this man is responding, well, we did write to each other for a time. After a year or two, we lost track of each other. You see, it is not easy to trying to make life in the West. And I got rather busy, but I know Jimmy will meet me here. Surely he will come if he is alive. This is the words of this. Well, yes, we are in touch for some time. After a year or 2 years, we lost our track. West is a big project. I was very busy in business, but I know Jimmy Wells will surely come today if he is alive. For he is the most truest and loyal friend in the world. I bet he will never forget. I have traveled 1,000 miles to meet my old friend, and it's worth it if he turns up. And this is the thing what he had, the man who is waiting there. He had a handsome watch. The lids of watch were set with small diamonds. Through this what we understand, the man is very rich. And he is showing the time and he says that 10 minutes to 10. It was exactly 10 o'clock when we parted here at the restaurant door. You did pretty well in West, didn't you? He is asking about the policeman, asking about his business. The man is responding, oh yes, I hope Jimmy has done off as well. He was a kind of slow and steady worker, though he was a good fellow. I really had to compete with some really sharp people to get my share. A man gets the spirit of situation in New York, he takes the West to put a razor edge on him. He is talking about his business and the Western countries. That is the west part of United States of America. The policeman hearing everything. And he says, okay, I'm leaving. I hope your friend really turns up on time. And I would suggest waiting for him for specific time. Okay, I would give him an extra half an hour at least if Jimmy is alive. He will be here by that time, officer. Now he is telling to this policeman, I am waiting for my friend. Surely he will come. I will meet him. This is the words of this man who is waiting there. Policeman says, good night, sir. After saying good night, sir, he is leaving from the place. He is checking the doors, whether all the doors are closed. The man is waiting there. And he has the hope, surely his friend will come. After 20 minutes he waited, then a tall man in a long overcoat with the collar turned up to his ears hurried across the opposite side of the street, went directly to the waiting man. He came and asking that, is that you, Bob? And that man is asking, is that Jimmy Wells? He says that, yes, I am Bob. So what we understand from this? The name of this person is Bob. And he is asking, is that Jimmy Wells? Yes, he accepts, bless me God. Through this what we understand, he says that, yes, I am Jimmy Wells. The new arrival grasped him the other hands with his own. I was certain I would find you here if you were still alive. Well, 20 years is a long time. The old restaurant is gone, Bob. I wish it had lost it, so we could have had another dinner here. How has the West treated you, old man? He is asking about that. Now he is asking about the West. I was sure that I will find you here if you are still alive. 20 years is a long time. The restaurant is gone. And if it would have been here, we would have had another dinner here. How was the journey in the West? He is asking. Excellent. It gave me everything I asked for. But you have changed a lot. I never noticed you were so tall by 2-3 inches. Now Bob is saying these words, and this Jimmy Wells says, oh, I grew a bit after 20. How are you doing in New York? I am doing so and so. I have a position in one of the city departments. Come, Bob, to a place I know. We can talk about our old times in between. They are walking and they are talking about. The two men started walking arm in arm. The man from the West basking in the glory of his success because he is very rich now. He is talking about that and beginning to outline the history of his career. The other listened with interest. At the corner stood a brightly lit medicine store. When they came into its glare, the friends turned to look at each other. There is no medicinal store. The man from the West stopped suddenly and freed his arm. You are not Jimmy Wells. 20 years is a long time, but not long enough to change a man's nose from sharp to snap one. Here Roman to pug. The word Roman is a sharp, snap is pug. And he say that Bob says that it is impossible. How a man's nose will be changed from sharp to snap? Immediately we come to say continuously, but I can change a good man to a bad one. And this is the words of the man who came there in the name of Jimmy Wells. But I can change a good man to a bad one. You have been under arrest for 10 minutes. Silky Bob, he says. Chicago thinks you may have dropped over our way and sends a message to us that she wants to have a chat with you. Now before we go to a station here is a note I was asked to hand to you. You read it here. It is from the patrolman Wells. Here Wells is Jimmy Wells. Patrolman Wells. Now the man who is waiting there, the Bob, got the note. He read that. Bob, this is the letter. Bob, I was at the appointed place on time. When you shifted and the dim light fell on you, I saw it was the face of the man wanted in Chicago. Somehow I couldn't do it myself. So I went around and got a plainclothesman to do the job, Jimmy. Here, this is the Jimmy Wells letter. What does he say? I was at the appointed place on time. Who was appointed place? Who was at the appointed place on time? Actually, policeman was there. Through this one we understand the policeman who met him first in the story. He is the Jimmy Wells. He says, when you struck the match to lit your cigar, I saw it was the face of the man wanted in Chicago. Jimmy Wells also had a very good friendship. He also came there to meet his friend. But when he saw it was the face of the man wanted in Chicago, somehow I could not do it myself. Jimmy Wells was not able to arrest. Actually, he has to be arrested. Bob should be arrested. He is a notorious criminal. So what did Jimmy Wells say? I went around and I got plainclothesman to do the job. Another policeman to arrest you. That man is not in the police dress, but in plain clothes. That man came and introduced himself as Jimmy Wells. They both talked. After that, the Bob understood. Then the Bob received a letter. That letter, it is displayed before you. The story ends like this. This story is about two friends, Bob and Jimmy, who had promised to meet 20 years later at a particular time and place. The twist at the end of the tale reveals how each friend lived up to the promise. Let me give you the summary in short. O. Henry's After 20 Years tells the story of Jimmy and Bob, two childhood friends who made a pact to meet up after 20 years. At the appointed meeting time and location, a policeman walks up and asks Bob what he's doing. Bob explained that he is waiting to meet with an old friend, and the officer departs. Later, a man claiming to be Jimmy arrives. However, the man is actually a different policeman sent to arrest Bob, who is a known criminal from Chicago. The original policeman was actually Jimmy, but he did not have the heart to arrest his old friend. This is the summary. What the themes are given in this? Justice, the law, suspense, friendship. The theme, justice, the outlaw, here notorious criminal Bob was caught and put it in jail. Though the Bob is a notorious criminal, Jimmy Wells, he did his job. He did not do the job himself, but he did the job through someone. And law, another theme, law. Police forces, that is, Jimmy found the outlaw and arrested him. Friend. Here suspense, you would never know what was or what would happen. There are many plot twists in the life. Through this we understand. Friendship, Bob waited for Jimmy, knowing he would soar. These are the themes are discussed in this short story. Let me revise this short story. Once again, I want to give you some information about this author, O. Henry, famous short story writer. All his short stories are interesting, unexpected ending. We could see O. Henry, another name, actually full name William Sidney Potter. His pen name O. Henry, all his stories under this name. American short story writer. All his stories are known for their surprise endings. And these things we have known about this author. O. Henry started as pharmacist, but he began to write. His prolific writing period began in the year 1902 in the New York City. Sadly, O. Henry drank heavily. By 1908, his health was very bad and died 2 years later of diabetes and heart and liver problems. These all are the basic information. Some interesting fact about him: he was a good musician, played a guitar and mandolin. He had an active social life in Austin. During his time on the range, he learned a bit of Spanish and German from the farmhands. When we read the story from this author, O. Henry, we can remember so many moral and wonderful thought. The cock and the anthem, and the ransom of friendship, duplicity of Hargroves, the gift of Magi, all these star stories are talking about his moral power and the story ending writing skill. And here also the both introduced. The two characters are introduced here. Actually they are friends, but it is not identified in the beginning. Later, one person is identified here, another person given as suspense. Only the policeman, the word policeman is given. The story moves. The policeman knows about the things. The Bob is waiting here. Then the policeman leaves from the place. Another character is introduced here in the name of Jimmy Wells. Actually, this is another turn of the short story. Another suspense is given here. Through this character, the short story writer wants to prove his writing skill, introducing this particular character, and both characters are talking, and through the another character here in the name of Jimmy Wells, he reveals. In another word, if I want to tell you, this one is not revealed, but the Bob is identifying you are not a Jimmy Wells. 20 years is a long time, but long enough to change a man's nose from sharp to snubbed one. How the short story writer moves the story with keen observation, and he is turning this short story in a proper place and giving happy ending and suspense ending. Here also the note, the letter, this letter is very, very important material to give very good shock and suspense for the character and for the readers. This one letter gives us information and gives us the things about the story ending. This letter alone, from this story, from this particular letter alone, we come to know that the first man who came in police dress, the policeman is the Jimmy Wells. Who came later is not Jimmy Wells. Through this letter we understand. And we understand many lessons. Actually, this is Bob is a criminal. Here, Jimmy Wells wants to give a respect for the friendship. In order to give respect for the friendship, he did not leave the criminal without punishment. Though he is truest and close friend, Jimmy Wells wanted to give him punishment. He did his job, he did his duty. That's very, very important lesson we are learning from this. Sometimes, in the name of friendship, otherwise to help our friendship, sometimes we do some mistakes. We bypass moral standards. That's wrong. That's bad one. We should be very good friend and we should give respect to the friendship. In the same way, if our friend does mistake, if our friend makes some problem, if our friend is to be punished, we should do that. We should not make our friend, that is bad one, into good. Actually, we have to transform their mind. But we should not show them like good when they are bad. If they are bad, we have to show them they are bad. They are eligible to get punishment. And here, justice, it is proven here. Law, suspense, friendship. Likewise, there are so many themes are given here. My dear students, I want to ask you a question. Do you remember the first friend you ever met? Are you in touch? Have you grown up together? Have they changed? Has your idea of good friend changed over time? Likewise, I can give you so many questions. Friendship. Today, we need it. There are two types of friendship. They are constructive friendship, destructive friendship. What do the destructive friendship they do? They corrupt the friendship. Destructive friends, they make others to do bad. Constructive friends, they do good all the time. My dear students, are you want to be a constructive friend or destructive friend? In the classroom also we can say constructive peer groups, destructive peer groups. If there are 40 or 45 students in the classroom, there are constructive peer groups and destructive peer groups. We know very well, very famous scientist Abdul Kalam from Tamil Nadu, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He had very good friends, constructive friends. They are constructive friends. And we have studied about notorious criminals. Do you think about them? They are from destructive friend circle. That destructive friend circle, they will spoil each other, they will spoil other. Only the good friendship are coming from constructive. Good friends construct something good. My dear students, you too think wisely, construct, make good world through good friendship. So we have studied very good lessons from this short story written by O. Henry. So you read this short story again and again. If you have any questions, you can ask me. I will clarify your doubts. Thank you, my dear student. Thank you.